Welcome back to my channel. It's a really horrible, grey, miserable, rainy afternoon today, and one of my favourite things to do on days like this, I actually love days like this. I'm really excited now that we're going into autumn. One of my favourite things to do in this kind of weather is to just chill and maybe do some home baking. So I thought you could join me. I thought of making some brownies and some chocolate cookies and answering some questions together. I've never used this one before, so I don't know if it's good or not. Cadbury warm chocolate brownie mix. I've also got the squidgy chocolate cookie mix, which also looks amazing. I'm gonna start with the cookies, I think, because I've never used these before. Oh, I've also got some unicorn confetti just to make it a bit more tabs. Our first question is, do you think a leopard ever changes its spots? I'm gonna be blunt with this one. No, I don't think they do. I think that it goes for the saying, once a cheat, always a cheat. I do unfortunately believe that to be true, but can a leopard change its spots? I think someone can learn not to be an idiot, do certain things if they've turned out badly in the past, but I think if you have that deep emotional feeling that you're capable of doing something like that in the first place, I don't think you can actually ever escape that, to be honest with you. So no, I don't actually think a leopard does change its spots. I'd like to think that that is not true, but I can never trust someone knowing that they've done something bad in the past anyway, and maybe that's just judgmental of me, but I couldn't do that. This looks really good. It's got like little chocolate chips in. Next question is, do you believe in love at first sight? I'd say yes. I'd like to think so, yes. I haven't experienced love at first sight because obviously it does grow. But yeah, I think you can have love at first sight. I really would like to think so. I do believe in soulmates, and I think that kind of goes with love at first sight as well. I would say I do think it exists, but I think that although love is like a huge thing, maybe it's more like lust at first sight, I'm not sure. But I'd like to say yes. And I'm gonna say yes, because I'm still holding out hope. And I think once you know, but you might not know straight away. So I'm kind of contradicting myself here actually. So maybe I should change my answer. I think love at first sight is true, but to have a deeper love, it grows over time. That is it. So you literally just add milk and a bit of oil, and then you mix it up. Ooh, sorry. What do you guys think about love at first sight? Has anybody experienced it before? I was actually watching one of Zoella's videos the other day, and they said that a really good question that came up was, what's one life statistic that you would love to know if you could know one? So it could be like, Zoella was like, how many pizzas I've eaten in my life, like one statistic of your life. But in the comments, it was like, how many people have had a crush on me, how many times someone's spoken about me when I've left the room, in a bad way, in a good way. And honestly, I don't know what I'd say. I think I'd have to say something like, I would love to know what people say when I'm not there. But I think I'd love to know, I think mine would be the crush one. I'd like to know how many people have fancied me. Imagine if I'm on my deathbed and I get to know that and it's like 0. Ouch. If we're talking about love and boys and all of those kind of things, me and my friend Lucy have devised a scale that if you go on a date with a boy, he has to match all of these 4 things. So we call it the 4 C's and the 1 F. And the F is not what you think it is before you say that. The first C is conversation. Now this seems like an easy one for him to pass, but hardly. Conversation as in him asking you questions as much as you're asking him questions. Oh my god, that's good. As long as he's asking you questions as much as you're asking him questions, this is a really easy one for them to fail, and trust me, they all do fail. The next C is confidence, but not in a cocky way. Cocky is a C that we don't want. Big, big no. We do not want a cocky C. Yeah, someone that is confident in how they approach you and comes up to you and stuff, but yeah, we do not want, not in a cocky way. It's so easy to cross that line, I think. Another C is chivalry. So that is like holding a door open for you, pulling out your chair, holding your jacket, looking after your bag when you go to the bathroom. It's not like buying you a drink necessarily, which is always a plus. I actually went on a date fairly recently, and we sat outside and the table was kind of close to the road, and I just went to sit down on the chair that was close to the road because it was the closest one to me at the time, and he came over and was like, oh no, I'll sit there, you sit there, and like big points. He won big points that within that like 5 seconds. And the last C is compliments, which I know that sounds a bit like, oh, you just want those compliments. I don't know how this made 10 cookies because I can only make 4. Anyway, he can actually cross all of these 4 C's off within a minute, I'll say. Oh, hi, nice to meet you. Confidence. Oh, let me get that chair. Chivalry. Oh, you look really nice. Compliment. It could be something like, oh, you smell really nice, you look really nice, I like your hair, I like your outfit. Something really simple. Oh, you look really nice. Passes straight away. How was your day today? And he's ticked all of them, and I've only been sat down for like a minute. So come on. It's not hard. It's really not hard, especially when one of them is literally conversation. Just, I've been on a few dates where it's like, oh yeah, so what do you do for your job? And then they say, and you're like, oh, okay. Are you gonna ask me back? Or plot twist, they don't. And I never saw him again. And the F, how could I forget the F? The F is fun. No, not what you think. The F is fun. So as long as you have fun on the date, as long as you come away being like, oh, that was a good time. Tick. Tick, 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 tick. Done. I'm gonna see you again next. If only it was that easy. So I've made 4. They look kind of wet, these cookies, but I'm hoping that it does come together. Next up is the brownies. Brownie time. Ooh. Another question that I found is, what's one piece of advice that you would give someone? One that I haven't really heard from a lot of people, apart from like the generic advice, is if in doubt, if you're upset or anything, if you're in a bad mood, if you're anxious, if you're worried, just wash your hair. Just wash your hair and feel fresh, because that honestly helps so much. And I think it sounds really stupid, and I know it does, but honestly, it will make the biggest difference. I read about this one thing that someone spoke about, public speaking. It's a piece of advice that you would give if you had to do public speaking. It was, if you're on the Titanic and you had to give information out to people quickly about how they can get off board safely, are you gonna worry about how you look? And everyone was like, no. And you need to just worry about just getting the information that you know to everybody else in a quick and efficient way so that they can understand. I thought that was kind of good. Another thing that I also got told was everybody ends up where they're supposed to be. And I think that is so true. Something doesn't work out, I know it's very much like everything happens for a reason, and I feel like a lot of people are against that saying for some reason. But I do believe it to be true. I think everything does happen for a reason, and everybody ends up where they're supposed to be. If there's something that you wanted to do or at the time didn't work out, it's because something better's coming. That's what I think anyway. Look at that, no shell. What a pro. Another thing that I read was, what is something you would want people to know about you that they don't necessarily know? One thing for me, I'd say, is that I keep everything and remember everything as well. Oh, there's a bit of thunder. I love it. I keep everything and I remember everything. And I want to look into some sort of scrapbooking way. I keep seeing things on TikTok and Pinterest of how people are keeping all of their stuff and displaying it in a really nice way. I also remember everything that is not necessarily to do with me. So if you've upset my best friend 10 years ago, I'm still holding it against you. and I haven't forgotten. I'll forget, but I won't forgive. No, I won't do either actually. I'll neither forgive and neither forget. I'll just go on about my life until it comes to fruition in some way. I think it's time to add these in. I'm just gonna add a few in there. Oh no, you're not gonna see it if it's all mixed in. I'm gonna put them on top of the brownies. Okay, I'm gonna put the brownies in this because I don't know if there's another dish. But should we do a taste test? Taste test! The best part about making brownies is doing a taste test. They taste exactly the same, but they both taste good. So what's one piece of advice that you'd want that has guided you through your life or anything? I once had someone tell me that was like a tutor at the uni college that I went to, and she said, she was asking me a bunch of questions to get in, and she goes, "You don't know how good you are." That has stayed with me for so long. It's just such a nice thing to say as well. Like, you actually don't know me at all, yet you see something that maybe I don't see. And I think that's what it is. It's like, you don't see how everyone views you. Every single person views you in a different way. It's quite interesting that there's hundreds or thousands of versions out there of you, of how everybody sees you, and it could be all different. I just thought that was so cool. I hope everyone sees me in a good way, can you imagine? And that is them. That's my final little, my 4 cookies here. Okay, they are a bit more strong. And this is my flimsy brownies. Fingers crossed they turn out good. I just got them out the oven and the cookies look amazing. How that mixture is supposed to make 10, I don't know. This is definitely not cooked, but I love it. I made that little cookie. Ooh, it does feel kind of gooey. The cookies look kind of promising. The brownie, I don't know what is going on. That looks cute, right? Oh my god. It's because it's thick. I should have put it in like a smaller pan. Spread it out a bit. Oh my gosh, that was so scary. Wow, that was Jesus. That was a big slow. That is definitely not cooked. Do you know what? It's still gonna be yummy though. You know what time it is. It's unicorn confetti time. Yay! Well, I think they look great. What do you think? I'm gonna enjoy these, or maybe I won't enjoy them, but I'm just gonna... these. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the questions in the comments. I really want to have a little read through and see what your thoughts would be. Thank you for watching, you guys. Catch you later. Bye. This is a close-up. Now, the cookies are good. I don't know why I put sprinkles on because obviously they weren't going to stay on. The cookies look really good. This, I don't know what's going on there. Mary Berry, if you're watching, look away. Thanks, guys.